The last video that I released was a video about nutrition. Specifically, it was about veganism and whether or not that is actually healthy. The thing is, I think that video might have been a mistake. Let me explain. Like I said in that video, I'm not a nutritional scientist. I'm not a food scientist. I'm not a dietitian. I don't know anything about nutrition. I've read a few books. I've read some blog posts. I've watched a few videos. It doesn't make me an authority on the subject. I find it really interesting, absolutely, and I love to talk about it, but am I really in a position to preach about what's right and wrong? And the thing is, that's coming from someone who barely even knows what they're talking about. The fact is, the whole field of nutrition is young, like I said in that video, and no one actually knows for certain. There just isn't enough data, there isn't enough evidence to say for certain whether or not something is healthy or not, right? Sure, we can give educated guesses, we can speculate, we can conject, but we can't say definitively that something is healthy or something isn't. And it feels like I was kind of trying to do that. I concluded the video by saying that veganism probably isn't a healthy lifestyle, or at least that eating meat and dairy isn't exactly unhealthy. But I don't know if I have enough authority to say that. I don't know if there's enough data to say that. I think it's all up in the air. A lot of the things you read about nutrition in newspapers and stuff like that is based on really early evidence, right? Like some nutritional scientists will do a paper on a certain subject and the paper might suggest something like, for example, red meat is dangerous, okay? The newspapers, they see that and they think, great, there's a headline grabber. Let's take that piece and write an article about it. Easy. But that research piece was only meant to slightly move along the field, right? It isn't conclusive. You definitely shouldn't be basing dietary decisions on this piece. But the newspapers, they don't care. They want some viewership. They want readers. So that's why we have this situation where we don't really know what the hell to believe anymore. And I think by putting a video out there or talking about nutrition in general, especially being someone who doesn't actually work in the industry and hasn't actually done any research themselves, I think it's very dangerous, and I think it just adds to the noise and the confusion. The point I'm trying to make is that I won't be talking about nutrition in any future videos, and I think people should be wary of people who do. I do think that a lot of commonly held beliefs that people have might not be true, but these are personal opinions. You know, saturated fat being unhealthy, low fat diets being healthy. I disagree with these things, but that's a personal opinion. We don't have enough data to actually say whether or not these things are true, and we definitely shouldn't be preaching about them as though it is, you know, fact. Like I said, if people are talking about this stuff, I think you should take it with a grain of salt. In terms of what I think is the best diet or the most healthy diet or how you should live your life or whatever, it doesn't matter, because I don't have the authority to say. All I'm trying to say is be wary of the things you read on the internet. Be wary even of the actual scientific data that goes out there. You know, you've got to trust in something, but don't just take everything you read just because it's from a journal or whatever as fact. Okay, there's researchers out there who do have agendas, who are fueled by certain industries. You know, the olive oil industry, for example, believe it or not, has fueled research to prove that olive oil is a heart healthy fat. And this is something that is contested. I know we take this for granted, but it's not actually a proven fact. And then there's similar things, you know, the sugar industry or the convenience food industry or the meat and dairy industry. All of these sectors are funding researchers who are putting journal entries out there to prove the case for whichever sector it is. And that just adds to the noise as well. The point I'm trying to make is that I won't be putting any nutritional videos out there again. I can't say for certain what's healthy and what's not, and I won't try. It's down to you who you're going to trust, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents and yeah, explain my point. Thank you for watching, and I've got an actual video coming soon, so hopefully the 2 viewers who are watching this enjoy that. Until then.